Toegang tot technische informatie is wettelijk geregeld, ook op fabriekswebsites. Maar de praktijk is weerbarstig. En daarom nodigde BOVAG EU-topman Philippe Jean uit. Hij is bij de Europese Commissie mede verantwoordelijk voor dit onderwerp. Hij was op bezoek in de werkplaats van autobedrijf Bouwman.
Mr. Jean, you just talked to Frank, an independent member of BOVAG. He told you a lot about how he works with the manufacturer's sites and about how he retrieves his information. What's your first impression of his story?
I'm impressed, I must say, because of course if you are working on other problems, but as long as you have not been looking at precisely the difficulty which could be faced by independent operators in order to access the data, it makes the problem more real for me.
You know that BOVAG did a research in 2010. Do you have any plans to monitor it yourself?
There is more than a plan, because there is an obligation to monitor it and to come at one moment in time with an investigation on how the new rules, which were there in order to permit access to data, are put in place effectively and efficiently. And that is an obligation which is coming from the law. We have an obligation to review the situation at one moment in time. The problem is also the fact that if we do such a review, we have to be sure that when we are going to have such a review, we should be in capacity, if we are discovering that there is needs for improvement, that we are going to be able to introduce these improvements. To be aware about something and to be able to be acting and to act effectively, these are two different dimensions. And it's why I'm very grateful for BOVAG to advise me about what is the analysis that they have on the ground, what should be the remedies that they see, and how we should be able to provide from this analysis action which could be possible to be implemented.
What's the first step the Commission has to take, in your opinion, now?
The Commission have seen the difficulty that my colleagues are having in obtaining information, and we now need the Commission to look at the situation to make sure that manufacturers are complying with the regulation, both in the spirit as well as in the practice of it.
Okay. Do you think sanctions will be necessary to have them comply?
I trust it won't be. I'd rather work with the manufacturers as opposed to seeing them as a type of organisation that we have to use the Commission against. I think it's to the benefit of all parties in the sector to work with one another, and a more close liaison would be much more preferable.
And what's the role of the SECRA? What can our members of BOVAG expect from SECRA in the next year?
With the contribution of countries such as Holland, and BOVAG and Holland are very, very main contributors to all the work that we do. If other European countries get involved in our work, then we can achieve, because we represent a very important sector of the motor industry.
Waarom was het zo belangrijk dat de Europese Commissie in de persoon van Philippe Jean hier vandaag aanwezig was?
In juni vorig jaar hebben wij ons onderzoek aan hem aangeboden. Hij was zeer willend om daar goed naar te luisteren. Maar ik heb hem ook uitgenodigd van, kom een keer naar Nederland toe. Laat in de praktijk zien hoe dus dingen gewoon niet gaan. Dus in die zin ben ik blij dat hij nu gekomen is. En hij heeft nu ook daadwerkelijk kunnen zien waar we gewoon als onafhankelijke autobedrijven gewoon tegenaan lopen, als we gewoon op een moderne manier auto's willen onderhouden.
Wat is uw eerste indruk van dit bezoek?
Dus voor ons is het nog een bewijs dat wij nog meer demonstraties moeten geven aan de Europese Commissie. Want wij hebben al de regels op papier en de regels bestaan al sinds enkele maanden. De constructeurs moeten al in orde zijn vorig jaar, maar duidelijk, het is nog niet het geval.
Lees alles over de strijd voor vrij toegankelijke technische informatie en het EU-bezoek op autobedrijf.nl.